Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm just out here in my garage getting ready to re-spool some reels. It just stopped raining. I'm gonna be going out later today, but you know what? Let me do a video on how to spool up a baitcaster. I know there's a ton of videos out there of this snap, but I haven't done one, so why not watch mine, right? There's a certain way that the line needs to come off of the spool onto your reel, and I'm gonna go over that as well. A couple little tricks that you might not have known. An easy way to spool up your baitcaster. I happen to have a ice bucket. I put my spool in the ice bucket. The thing is, like, you can take that ice bucket wherever you want to or leave it in your garage or whatever. It just kind of helps stationary the spool while you're reeling it up. Pretty easy and it's quick, and ice bucket's right over there on the shelf. You can see it probably. The first thing you want to do is obviously spool off all the line on your reel. Sometimes I know some people like to use braid as a backing because it lasts a lot longer than fluorocarbon or monofilament, whatever you're putting on. I like fluorocarbon, so I just get big pulls of line just like this, just like that. Now, some people might disagree with the way I put fluorocarbon. By the way, I put my line on my reel because I don't tie a knot, I don't do nothing. I just kind of stick it. If your spool has one of those holes, you can just stick that line in the hole and start reeling, dude. It's not gonna go anywhere. What I like to do, these new sunline barrel cases are awesome. Even has like a little cutter right there. It's pretty cool. I want the line coming off the top of the spool, not under the spool. Now I've got my line through my guides of my rod. Now, some people might do this different. This is the way I do it right here. I used to tie a knot, but you really don't have to if you don't want to. I usually just stick my line in that hole right there and just start reeling. And it'll catch, right? So it'll catch. It's not going anywhere. You're never going to use this much line. So you can see like the little holes in these spools. And what I did was I just stuck that tag end in one of those holes and pushed it all the way through and then just started reeling. And then it puts tension on it. Done. You don't have to tie a knot. Earlier I said I would use a ice bucket. This is the ice bucket I was talking about. You can put your spools of line in here. You put it on the side of your boat, and then the ice bucket puts the spool in there like that, and you can just spool it. You don't need the ice bucket anymore if you got this. If you have spools like this, the ice bucket is really, really handy to have. But the new sunline barrels is what I call them. These right here, already in a ice bucket, kinda. It's in a little barrel. The line comes out right there. You can throw this thing anywhere, hold it with your feet. I usually put it on the edge of my boat like so and start spooling up my reel. So all right, now I've got my reel spooled up with some Sunline FC Sniper. 18 pound is what I'm using. This is my jig rod setup, one of them. It's a lithium 7-foot medium heavy with a Lew's Smash 7:4:1 gear ratio. I'm sorry, 7:5:1. I always get them mixed up, the ratios. So now I'm just gonna throw in a little bonus tutorial in here. Last week we did a knot tying with Swindle. He done the FG knot on the reel handle, super easy. Well, you know, I was with Swindle for like all last week on the boat with him both tournament days, which was freaking awesome. Got tons of video footage, so I'm gonna leave a link up here, right there, maybe right here, of the video that I just put out yesterday. I videoed it, edited it. It was my first one for a Bassmaster Elite Series tournament. Pretty cool experience. I noticed the knot he was tying on like his tube and, you know, his crankbait and all this. It was a weird, it wasn't weird, it was just different. It was a different knot. I think the name of the knot is Swindle's double overhand shundo backwoods creek knot.
It's just flat. It's 15 foot from here to South Louisiana. Cellophane. Pocket It is my dime.
And it's pretty cool. But I'm going to attempt to show you how to tie it. I think this is right. I'm going to attempt to tie this double overhand Shindu backwoods creek knot that Swindle ties. And I've seen him tie it like 1,000 times. You know, like on some of the angles, it's just hard to see what they're doing. So what I'm going to do, see if I can do this right to where everybody can see it. Here's my jig. I'm going to run this back through just like you're tying a Palomar knot. Just like that right there. Just like that right there. All right, dude, this sunline is silky smooth. Okay, so right here, tag in, okay? And I think this is what he does. So he'll take this and he says, pinch it. He'll pinch it. So you take the loop end and you just wrap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 4. And then you wanna take the loop end right there and you wanna put it through this loop at the bottom, okay? So this loop is gonna go through this loop, just like that, okay? So there's your loop in. There's your other tag in right there. All right, and then you wanna wet it. And then you just wanna pull it, tighten it up on both ends, not too tight, just like that. Okay, I think that's the double overhand Shindu backwoods creek knot. See, so you got 3 tag ends that you gotta cut. Okay, you got that one, which is right here on top of the knot, okay? Then you got these 2, right? So you got 1, 2, just like that. I think that's the knot, if I remember correctly. Never fished it, but I will today. Thanks for watching how I spool my Baitcasters. Little tutorial or whatever, and then, you know, the little bonus deal with the double overhand Shindu backwoods creek knot, whatever it's called. I'm gonna call it the Swindle knot. Let's just call it the Swindle knot because I think he's the only one that ties it. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you spool your Baitcasters up different, leave it down below. I'm always up for tips. If you ain't subscribed, elbow smash that subscribe button. Like this video. I'll see you next time. Thank you.